Extreme art is a concept that drives my need to explore this amazing world in which we live. I am simply a painter, but on a quest to paint where no one has ever painted before. A quest to feed my inspiration, my inner being through adventure, travel, culture, and ultimately art. Each expedition is a journey of discovery, one that comes together following extensive training, heartache, in order to be able to overcome the physical and technical barriers that each project has. In 1959, the year I was born, a city was flooded. A city in China built over 1,000 years ago, and once was a centre of politics and economics. It was about 400 kilometres from the modern day Shanghai and dubbed Lion City after the nearby Lion Mountains. This is truly China's real life Atlantis, and it's lying 40 metres underwater. It is perhaps the most beautifully preserved ancient city in the world. And my quest is to paint within these city walls, to recreate on canvas the incredible, intact architecture and just breathe life back into this amazing city.
Well, this is, I suppose, kind of D-Day. It's kind of hard to believe that I'm now here. It's 2 years in the making. I've been training in different countries. It has taken me from Lanzarote in the Canaries to Dahab in Egypt. It has taken me to Gozo in Malta. It's taken me to Mexico. It's taken me to the Philippines, and now finally here. And it's been, I suppose, a lot of hard work. Learning to kind of rebreathe, and on a rebreather, it's a completely different style of diving, and I had kind of buoyancy issues, and then learning the DPV, which is an underwater submersible, which will kind of take me to my location. Learning to use that was actually good fun.
The biggest challenge here is the logistics based on where we're doing the diving. We're in a fairly remote location. We have an hour's boat ride out to the dive site, and it's really important that we all get in the water with the equipment 100% functioning and 100% in optimum condition. So we have to train both the divers and the preparation of the equipment in such a way that we eliminate any possibility of anything malfunctioning or going wrong on the dive. And if it does, we then train backup systems and carry backup systems to ensure that just then becomes an irritation as opposed to a major incident. In diving terms, you're talking probably less than 5% of divers are really up at Phil's level at this point. We've brought him from a recreational diver to become a technical rebreather decompression diver, and that's been a huge pathway. And there's been some bumps in the road, but he's fought his way through them, and we're very confident now going out with Phil to do these dives.
It's not going to be an easy one. It's a challenge. The visibility in this lake, which is situated about 400 kilometres southwest of Shanghai, and it's by Lion Mountain, and this is how the city, Lion City, was called. And out there, about just over an hour on small boats, we'll be travelling, and the idea is to enter into a particular area which is a non-security area, and to travel by submersibles into the city, and create a painting on the wall, the Great Wall of the city. And I feel very privileged that I'm going to be able to do this, because not very many people in this world have actually seen this wonderful ancient history. And I suppose it's a situation of combining ancient art with modern art. Maybe it's destiny, because the lake was flooded over in the same year that I was born. And I think, for me personally, this is very significant. On the palette, I got everyone to actually kind of sign their name on the palette, and it's really kind of, I suppose that was significant to the point where I wanted people to kind of realise that it's not just me, it's a team, and it's a team effort for us to be able to do what we are doing. I've chosen kind of a very minimal palette, because I'm normally I'd be kind of painting like blues and wonderful kind of shades that you kind of experience under the water, whereas here it's almost like a night dive, and we require torches, and it's very much like a night dive. So the colours need to be muted in order for me to be able to try and translate the architecture and the beautiful carvings that are there on the wall of the city. And so I've chosen a very minimal palette. I'm going to put light colour on first, and then dark colour, and see whether I can get a good combination of that kind of going. First dive, look, I'm nervous. I kind of don't know what to expect. We've to follow a line, and I'm not used to following lines, and I believe that line has been down for quite some time. Some of it may be partially covered over. I'm not the greatest with kind of directions under the water, so I'll be following, I think, kind of more the light from the person in front of me, and hopefully I don't lose him. Otherwise, I'm lost in the city.
We're very excited about this one. Very excited. This is an incredible place to be. This is an amazing opportunity. We're diving somewhere where the number of Westerners that have dived this site you can count on one hand. We're talking about visiting a place that was created hundreds of years ago. Some of these carvings, some of these buildings are spectacular. They should be in a museum, and instead we're making a huge effort to go dive and paint them.
It is with an element of nervousness. I am probably kind of the the weakest link in terms of kind of diving experience. I have surrounded myself with the best of the best, and for that I give great thanks for it, because in diving it's very important that safety becomes number one. So hopefully over the next number of days we're going to see the culmination of all the hard work and the final result of creating a painting.
Well, I'm back here into kind of the warmth, the safety of my studio, and as I look out, it's snowing, and so I'm truly back in Ireland. I'm not in China anymore. And yes, what an epic trip. It was 2 years in the making, and was it worth it? Absolutely. It was absolutely phenomenal. Just to be able to paint in an environment where very few people have ever seen, to be amongst the historic buildings that are so beautifully preserved, and then I suppose more importantly, to be able to come back safe. And a big thanks to Matt and Greg from who joined me on the trip, kept me safe, and for the local knowledge of the Chinese divers. For without them, we would not have been able to accomplish what we did. And now that I'm back in the studio, the next journey is to create a new collection. What exactly that is, I don't know. And all I'm going to do is to try and paint using the experience, the feelings of me painting under the water in that city. And you can see already that I'm making inroads into recreating a message or a thought process that will express the amazing experience that I had. So I look forward to this next journey, and I look forward to introducing new and inspired work from this epic journey.